Hello folks, my name's the Kiwi Dragon and welcome back to a brand new video where today we're going to be taking a look at the highly anticipated Crash Bandicoot 4 figures from Headstart Toys, also known in some places as Import Dragon. Now, today I've only got one figure to actually review it, so I don't know why I said figures when it's just one figure. It's technically a little bit misleading. But yes, we do have a figure to look at. It is Crash Bandicoot and Aku. Look at that, nicely packaged. Really love the packaging. It's kind of a mixture of the Insane Trilogy packaging with the Crash 4 logo, which seems to be kind of the thing now, especially if you look at the Funko Pops. As you can see there, we do have the exclusive mask and stand, so you cannot get Aku in any other set beyond this one with Classic Crash. We do have there noted on the box Crash Bandicoot with Aku mask and 11 points of articulation. And if you'll also notice that it does actually say on the box, Wave 1. Now that's fascinating to me. So does that mean we're actually gonna get a second wave of these figures? I certainly hope so. Although I hope the wait is not nearly as long as I've had to wait for this wave to come in, because I know that they've been in like the US and Canada already for a while. But they've only now just touched down in New Zealand. They're available at the warehouse at Whitcoulls. And on the back here, you can see the full range of figures. You've got Crash and Aku, Retro Crash and Ika-Ika, Biker Crash and Akano, Coco and Kapuna-Wa, and Cortex with Uka Uka. So a good little starter bunch. As I say, I think it would be nice to have some more characters if they do a second wave. As you can see there, it's got Headstart's logo on the back there. No sign of Import Dragon, so I think they don't service the Australia and New Zealand region, just for Canada and the US, I think. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and tear this open and take a look at the figure and see what it's like. I think it's going to be exciting. Alright, so we've got the figure out of the box here with Aku. As you'll notice, as I say, they are just standing up nice there. Aku has got a plastic stand to keep him elevated. As you can see here, nice little clear plastic stand, which has got a little spike sticking out to put it in the back of his mask. Does also come with a sort of dome to keep him sort of level. As I say, it's pretty basic. Gives the illusion that Aku's actually floating. It's quite nice. And then if we just take a look here, I'll just lift this up. It fits into the mask quite snugly. I think, as I say, it should be quite okay. We shouldn't move, should be quite fine, because obviously you don't want the mask dropping anywhere and being lost. And the plastic base, nice, like I said, dome, keeps it nice and level. Looking at the mask itself, as I say, it's nice so far. I can see that there's a couple of paint applications there. The yellow you can see just below the feather, and then what would be, I guess, on the side of the back of his head, sort of like his chin area. I've never really considered how you're supposed to interpret that for the mask. But yeah, just basically on the back of Aku, there is a couple of paint applications, but it's, you know, reasonably well done. I mean, this is supposed to be more of an accessory than a figure itself. But, you know, it's not bad. I mean, the figure itself is what we're going to look at now, and that is Crash. And, oh, hello, Aku has gone down. There we go, put him back in the stand. It doesn't really hold very well. I don't know if it's maybe my figure or I just didn't fit it properly. It seems to be holding now, so hopefully it'll stay for the rest of the review. But here is Crash. As you can see, he looks very much like he's just leapt out of the game. Do love the design of him. I think I don't really like the back of this already. That's one of my chief complaints about this figure so far, is I like the fact that the copyright and the licensing are all blended into the figure, but did the code really need to be so apparent on the back? I mean, I feel as though the code could have been better placed on the shoes. Even if you had to keep all the, the copyright stuff on Crash's back, because it is a bigger area to put that in, I can understand that, but was it not possible to put that on the shoe, maybe? But yeah, as I say, if you have a look here, we do have some articulation. It's very stiff. Oh, that's why. It's been placed in the packaging wrong. So we'll just swivel that arm around. There we go. He's not double jointed. He's had his arms placed the wrong way. So let's fix that. There we go on both arms. So now we got a kind of little action shot here. You can move the elbow joint there up and down, the arm joint up and down as well. Sort of do a high five kind of pose there. Do a little action kind of shot there with his hands out, sort of like he's ready to catch something. You can twist the hand. It's pretty basic sort of figure articulation. The head doesn't twist or anything like that. You do have some sort of joints in the knees there as well, and it also does have a joint in the waist, so you can do a sort of twisting motion. So you could do, essentially, pose him so he's doing like a spinning motion, kind of of basic like that. You could also, I guess, just rotate the figure if you're very gentle, just to give it the illusion that he is actually, you know, doing a spin attack. The feet and the legs, like I said, you can move the legs. The feet are not articulated; they are quite firmly stuck into the thing. They can be sort of, you know, bent a little bit, but I don't know. I don't trust it very much. And it's a little bit disappointing that the feet don't really articulate. I know it's a basic figure, but the reason I say that is because if you look at the figure when I place it here now, what would be his left foot is sort of nice and flat, but the right foot is kind of sticking out a bit, and it just looks a bit awkward. I'm trying to bend it back into place here while he's doing a T-pose. Might have to maybe look at this later on with like a heat gun or something, just to sort of maybe move the plastic a little bit, just to sort of just bend it, or just see if I can kind of gently yet forcibly kind of bend it. But yeah, the figure is not bad. I say it looks like he's leapt straight out of the game. It looks like Crash. Like, that's the most important thing. Does it look like Crash? Then yeah, it's pretty decent. But I mean, you know, it's a nice little figure for 15 bucks, you know, not really much else I can say. For comparison, this is the size. I was actually quite surprised. This is a comparison between the NECA Insane Trilogy figure and the Crash 4 figure. I was quite surprised because I thought the Crash 4 figure would be slightly bigger. But yeah, the NECA figure naturally is the bigger one. I suppose it's a bit unfair to kind of contrast between the two, but it's the only other Crash figure I own. I don't own the Resaurus one or anything like that. But yeah, as I say, he's a little bit smaller. But looking here, as I say, you do have a little bit more posability in the NECA figure. But like I said, I picked this up for $15 from the warehouse. It's pretty basic. It's a nice little figure. It's great if your kid is into Crash Bandicoot, or maybe if you're an adult and you like Crash 4 like me, then yeah, as I say, you'll probably enjoy it if you like, you know, figurines and collectibles. Yeah, it's nice and articulated. You can bend and twist, you know, it's not going to break super easy, I don't think. It could actually have some play time, you know, bit of a rough treatment, but, you know, obviously with any toy, naturally it's not going to be, you know, last forever. But yeah, I think it's a pretty basic figure, nice for $15. But that's really about it. As I say, I like the work that Headstart Toys have done with that. Just remove the NECA out of the way so we can actually focus on these two. But yeah, I think it's a much better figure than maybe some people would give it credit for being, you know, 15 bucks. And, you know, 15 bucks is quite cheap actually for an action figure. I mean, you know, granted, when I was a kid, you know, I remember like buying Doctor Who action figures for a little bit cheaper, but, you know, times change and manufacturing costs are up, so it's not actually quite bad considering those factors. But yeah, I think it's a pretty decent figure, and I think I might collect a couple others in the set, maybe all of them. But yeah, if you'd like to see another review from me with more of those figures, let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see more reviews, little Crash Bandicoot figure reviews. I think they're quite fun to do. And what would you like to see if you're interested in Wave 2? What would you like to see? I think some additions could be good. Maybe engine, maybe entropy, both of them if possible. Maybe do like a, I don't know, chase kind of variant. Maybe embryo, Torna, Dingodile. But yeah, maybe some other versions of Coco as well, because you have plenty of versions of Crash here. So we've got the retro and the biker. Why not do some ones for Coco too? I think that'd be quite interesting. But yeah, as I say, let me know in the comments below if you're interested in seeing more reviews of these Crash Bandicoot figures from me. But until the next video, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.